The Suns host the Denver Nuggets tonight at Footprint Center, and with 6 games left in the regular season, we'll see if the Suns can build on these games going into the postseason. They'll still see the Nuggets one more time after this game and see if they can use that momentum with Kevin Durant now back in the lineup heading into the postseason. Our Noelle Blumel sat down with Tom Leander, the Suns TV host, to get some of the answers involving the Suns and the postseason.
Tom, I know I'm here in what is normally known as Tom Chambers' seat, and clearly I am no TC by any means, but this isn't completely out of the ordinary as we are here in studio, pregame show set where all the Suns magic happens, right?
Yeah, I think he has his nameplate there, and you probably see a bunch of trash down there as well. But yeah, now this is kind of our home away from home. We do the home shows in the pavilion and then the road shows here at ASU, and it's been just such a nice collaboration between the Suns and ASU to allow us to use the studio. And I mean, have all the amenities and students coming by, looking through the window. We wave. We always invite them in, but they seem to be too scared.
Yeah, well, and I've been one of those students, so I know exactly how that feels.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Always say hi, yes. So, of course, you two encyclopedias for the Suns with all of the experience you have, so let's just get right into it. Nearing the end of the regular NBA season here in the coming weeks, what are some obstacles the Suns are facing as they gear up to enter the playoffs?
I mean, Monty is really experimenting lately. TJ Warren is in the rotation now. Terrence Ross comes over in a deal. So a lot of new faces, and that's one of the things when you look at championship teams, whether it's the Warriors or, you know, even last year the Celtics getting to the finals because they've had most of their guys together, and especially the last couple months of the season. You don't want to just throw new combinations out there in the first round of the playoffs, or even, heck, if the Suns drop back a little bit and they're in a play-in tournament, you just don't want to be in an experimental phase. So that's the hope, is that these guys get some playing time together in the last couple of weeks, start to build that chemistry, and just start to feel comfortable on the court together, knowing where each other is, and not being intimidated by Kevin Durant. I mean, and I don't think the guys were. KD was really involving everybody, and he's one of those guys that you could just seamlessly fit into your team because he's so smart, he's very unselfish, and he's a great defensive player as well.
How do you foresee, the urgency of acquiring a ring this season specifically?
There is some urgency. I mean, Chris Paul's going to turn 38 in May. So, and Kevin Durant, I think, still has some young legs. We've seen a little bit of regression in Chris Paul athletically. He's still so smart out there, and he'll still give you 16 assists on a night and have 4 or 5 steals. But in terms of athleticism and staying in front of other players defensively, he's having a more difficult time with that. So I'd like to see the Suns at least start grooming another point guard for that position. But as I look at it, I mean, if the Suns don't go all the way this year in the playoffs, I definitely think that window is open next year. So it's playoffs here in 2023 and then 2024, and then it really starts to close, I think. On a Kevin Durant, Book obviously is still young, and DeAndre Ayton, but at that point, they're going to really have to start thinking hard about who they want to surround those two guys with.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Tom Leander, that's all I got for now. Thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to seeing the journey the Suns will take in this playoff season.
Thanks, Noelle.
Thanks.